Alrighty, the level 60 quest to end the Heavensward Summoner storyline is a flare for the dramatic, given to us by Dancing Wolf, outside of the Immortal Flames headquarters. Oh, that's a much better word, headquarters. In Ul'dah. Here we go. Cutscene. I think that bunny man was posing over there. Mercy, I was about to send for you. Amitra should be here any moment. And she walks into the scene. Ah, wonderful. We're all here. I have been pondering some metaphysical theories and would discuss my conclusions with the both of you. Ever since our battle on the flats, the memory of our adversary fleeing the field has been preying upon my mind. According to the Scions and their research, the Paragons are effectively immortal. They are said to be ethereal entities with no physical form of their own, instead possessing mortal host after mortal host in an endless procession down the ages. But once Mercy had acquired the Dreadwyrm Trance, the haste with which the Ascian withdrew did not seem to me the action of a being who harbors no fear of death. Thus do I pose the question, could it be that the 12th Chalice and his black-masked brethren are not as practiced in the art of possession as their red-veiled masters? At the time of the battle, our bodies were the only available hosts nearby. Assuming that he also lacks his superior's facility to flee to the space betwixt worlds, I suspect that our foe's sudden cowardice stemmed from an inability to force his soul into our living vessels. Wolf just kind of puts his hand on the back of his head, trying to think upon this. That would explain much, including the reason why he chose the deceased Kahedin to serve as his puppet. Aye, I believe the theory is sound. Shall we put it to the test? If we were able to lure the 12th Chalice to a location devoid of potential hosts, then we might succeed in destroying him for good. He gives a battle cry, kind of fist in the air. Then what are we waiting for? We must begin devising a plan to draw the villain from hiding. Not so fast, Captain Wolf, she says, waving her arms in front of her. We must first obtain the means by which we can ensure the Ascian's demise, a mighty coup de grace delivered before he has the chance to retreat. Mercy, there is a passage within the last tombstone that describes how the power of a trance can be unleashed in a single devastating blast. The technique itself, however, was not explained according to my research. Was not explained yet. According to my research, it can only be learned from a forbidden book found on the shelves of the Great Google Library. To reach the library will require a long and perilous journey over Abalathia's spine and into the wilds of the Dravanian hinterlands, but I believe we three are up to the task. Gets nods from Wolf and myself. Shall we be on our way, then? The key to defeating the 12th Chalice will soon be within our grasp. She's getting excited. Wolf salutes me for some reason. I don't know. I'm salutable, it happens. People like me. I was wondering kind of like when, if ever, the Summoner questline would take me into actual Heavensward territories, but this answers that question. It's a 6 of 1. The time it took to decide where I wanted to teleport was the real problem here, because you go to Idleshire, there's no teleport at all in the Dravanian hinterlands. Right, Yeah. Yeah. An Onyx Shrine in the Dravanian forelands did not look like it was a closer idea than Idleshire. We are going all the way down to the east a little bit. Secret of the Ooze. Haven't I already done? Oh, I have to do Saint Mosien's Arboretum on hard. Which isn't... I would need to look... I like to watch those videos first. I mean, if a dungeon is brand new to me, that's one reason as well. But then hard mode or extreme mode, they add different things to kind of be aware of. Or they modify other things within the encounter you've already faced in the regular mode. See, my voice is going already. Pardon me. Well, that's not better. Hold on. I don't know. Might be my last video. Way down below. We have a Mitra and Dancing Wolf outside. I think I do remember this. This one seems more familiar than the last one I just did, but anyway. Here's a Mitra, level 60 capped. Event. Horizon. Sorry, Pegasus, you can't come in. Make sure Carbuncle is still active, but we have a cutscene where we're outside of the library. Make it no. Now that we are all arrived, we can enter the library and begin our search for this forbidden tome. You have strayed far from the safety of your cities, foolish mortals. Whatever could you be planning? Says the haughty voice. And he teleports in. Portals in, whatever. Again, always he arrives at the worst possible moment. 'Tis no coincidence, I fear, and this time he leaves naught to chance. We have 3 more theoretical Ascians portaling in. 'Twas amusing at first to watch you stumble like clumsy children, but too insistent is your dabbling. Those who will not dance upon our palm shall be crushed within our fist. I don't know why I double-clicked, but yeah. No more shall we endure your blinding effulgence. There can be no rival to the encroaching darkness. You have entered the ire of La Habrea's most loyal servants. Did you imagine the battle ended with our master's defeat? Stand now, bringer of light, and suffer the pain of our retribution. Would it not be wiser to retreat and seek the tome another day? Says Wolf. They mean to afford us no such opportunity, my dear captain. Either we stand and fight, or we die. Okay. I thought I had... I do, yeah, okay. Oh, I only get twice? Wait, what just happened? Oh, I get 2 of each. Is that how that goes? That was weird. Oh, I didn't... In the last video, I didn't actually go over all the things that were said during the fight. I feel bad about that now. They do AoE attacks that leave behind... Wait, why are you not going down? That leave behind a... Well, at least the first one left behind this bad thing on the ground. Don't like a void portal. Usually the things they're saying during battles, just to make it a little bit better, is like, oh, you're not gonna get away with this. Oh, you've grown too powerful. Blah, 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 whatever. I think I want to get away from everybody with this one. Meteor impact. Usually you want to move away from your comrades. Sweet, I think I made full use of that trance. Do I need to heal Amitra? Did I get her hit by something? Another meteor. Line attack. A thick line. Duty complete. He is down. One hand down, one knee down kind of thing, you know. How? You were raised unto greatness by La Habrea himself. You defeated my master, bringer of light. Mayhap it is meet that your strength was beyond us, but the day will come He stands. You'll not escape us this time, Ascian. Dancing Wolf rushes at him. Slashes, but the Ascian dances back. Now, Mercy, unleash your power. Dreadwyrm Trance? Looks kind of like it. I'm floating into the air as if possessed by some blue flame Bahamut thing. And I do this blue energy ball blast down at him. He's hit. He falls. He dark purple energies out of existence, theoretically. And I float softly to the ground. It is done. The Paragon is no more. A most impressive spell, Mercy, but when did you learn how to cast it? Did we not first require the library's tome? This makes Imitra giggle. Ha ha, my apologies, Captain, but in order to deceive one's enemies, 'tis best to begin with one's friends. There was never any such book. All that Mercy truly required was the catalyst of battle to focus her energies. She gives a thinking pose, not unlike Y'shtola. I knew that once the Ascian observed us traveling towards the library, he would assume we sought some long-buried wisdom. He could not risk leaving Mercy free to gain even greater power. And so this entire journey was a feint, a trap to lure him into the wilds. Well, you certainly had me fooled. Remind me never to cross wits with you, Imitra. She gives a nice little smile and a shrug. You got me. I'm a little scamp. They laugh together. Rain falling on us. Cutscene over. I talk to Dancing Wolf to continue. Together we have achieved something of which few people can boast, the defeat of an Ascian. Never could I have accomplished this deed alone. Thanks to your actions, Tristan's case can also be put to rest. Long have I been haunted by the horrors of that Ifrit mission, but at last I feel a measure of peace. I will return to Ul'dah and have a gravestone for Tristan laid beside his brothers. We may not have his bones, but it will be a place where the survivors from his unit can pay respects to the man he once was. I bid you farewell, my friends. May we meet again under happier circumstances. He gives a salute. We talk to Imitra right here to finish the quest. I, too, would extend to you my gratitude, Mercy. In addition to untold slaughter, you've prevented summoning's tragic history from repeating itself in a new age. We must take greater precautions against this ancient art falling into the wrong hands. I will work alongside my colleagues in the Suns and be sure that the spread of summoning is closely monitored. If only we could uncover a lasting solution to the primal predicament. There must be a way to break this self-perpetuating cycle of meeting force with force. As for myself, I shall continue my research into primals and summoning and offer the Scions whatever support I am able. I am certain our paths shall cross again, Mercy. $100,000 experience points, 1633 gil, and level 60, item level 210, summoners, it's a caller's attire coffer set, and then astral flow. Channel the energies of your active trance to perform one of several actions. The action changes to Death Flare under Dreadwyrm Trance. Get a little cutscene with Yatta. I got it. We did it. All right. I don't know how often you get to use that. It's every 20. It has a 20-second cooldown, so yeah, you can only use it once per Dreadwyrm Trance. Let's put it here. Book ya. Book 'em, Dano. Thanks, Pegasus. Was Pegasus the one that was? Why are you paralyzed? What'd you? Oh, you stood in the cone attack. Yeah, probably. Anywho, doo. It's just another thing to use when Summoner really is probably one of the easiest DPS classes in the game. There's not a whole lot to weave. You're just blasting with Ruin for single target, or Try Disaster for multiple target. You're using Dreadwyrm Trance on cooldown, Energy Drain on cooldown. You can weave Fester, or... Oh, I was doing it wrong. Wait. That's why I only had 2 pain... I was doing the wrong thing, you dumbass. The AoE I should have been doing was Precious Brilliance. I was clicking Pain Flare. I don't do a whole lot of AoE... Well, in general, really. That's not true. Anyway. But yeah, I messed that up. That's fine. It happened. Also got to get used to maybe using Energy Siphon instead of Energy Drain on multiple targets. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, Astral Flow, what's Death Flare? It does 500 potency to the first target, and then 50% less to any other enemies in a 5 yalm radius. Making it far better than Astral Flare, but I believe it's off global cooldown too, so you can weave this in just like you weave anything else in. So Dreadwyrm Trance, Astral Flow, Sir Death Flare, Demi Bahamut. So we'll get Bahamut pretty soon, or not pretty soon. Sorry, by 70-ish looks like. Yeah, summon Bahamut 70. Enters Dreadwyrm Trance, summons... Oh, so this probably replaces... Oh, so that's why Bahamut... I've seen, like, when I've run dungeons with summoners before. Ooh, wow. Enkindle Bahamut is 1300 potency. With a 50% for 50% less for other targets hit by it. Yeah, as far as I know, this might be my last video of the night, just because I lost voice there for sure. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm not gonna say goodbye with a Mitra. We got a coffer to mess around with really quick. I'll show you what that looks like. The gear looks like, and then we'll just say goodbye from there. Is Carby, you with me? No. Why you go that way? Dumb. That's dumb way. You smarter than that, Carby. Why you be dumb? Do. All right. I'll have to do that right now. So let's back up here. Can I stand on the bed? And does that help to see things? Not really. Okay. So, what? No, fine. Item level 210 gear. Not a bad way to start, unless, like, if you're like me and you already had all the gear waiting for you at level 60. Which I did. I generally have all the tombstone gear waiting for me, but these are still fun to see. So, Collar's Horn. Basically looks like a white bone dragon, kind of. You got dragon wings on the top left, top right, middle kind of your head. And it's kind of like a circlet that looks kind of like a dragon. A bone, made of bone-ish. And then a long horn, just like all summoner gear generally has. The body piece is kind of cool. It leaves one shoulder completely uncovered, kind of like one of those sashes or whatever that goes from one shoulder across the chest to, like, in this case, the boob, the opposite side boob, and then kind of a little bit of a corset made of blue with gold filigree at the top and bottom, armlets are like basically nothing as well, but they have a couple claws and some gold around the forearm. Kind of like if you need to block an attack, you could do so with the gold that's on the forearm. And kind of forms a dragon tail on that one side at least. You have no sleeve on one side with the collar's himation. I don't know how to pronounce that word, never seen it before. And then the other side does have a sleeve. This looks like a skirt to me. Collar's loincloth. Oh, Jesus. Even less than the previous stuff. Just a white skirt, blue around the top of the skirt, kind of like a sash or a ribbon or whatever tied across it. And then the boots are not my favorite. They're like the legs, the feet are collar sandals, but they go... You do indeed have sandals. And they have like gold bottoms to the sandals, but like blue straps on the top of the feet. Kind of these white puffy pants that the bottom of the pants ties with like this gold, I don't know, like a leg bracelet kind of thing on each leg, and then kind of has this white drapery, like curtains or like a cape kind of around each ankle. And then the white fabric goes up to the knees and a little bit above the knees, and there's some gold dragon kind of stuff above the knees, another like gold thicker thigh bracelet kind of thing holding them up. And the overall look is interesting. There's a green cape. Interesting look. I think I liked the level 50 stuff, the item level 90, but you know, is what it is. I don't need to resummon Carby, so I'm gonna ignore. Yep. But I can put all that stuff in my glamour stuffy. Once again, the gear is shared by other caster jobs, and you can't, well, you know, things are changing. So maybe all of my black mage, my red mage, my pictomancer, and my summoner can all look like a summoner, or they can all look like a red mage, or basically whatever your choice. These didn't give me a message saying they could be stored in the armoire, so that answers that question. And yeah, Carby, Nanamo, myself, no one else, because they're not here. We thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time for whatever video of mine you watch next. Maybe it's the Summoner storyline continuing with level 60 Stormblood stuff. But bye bye for now.